Today we're going to talk about your timesheet and getting you paid every week. Okay, good. Very easy, guys. This is going to be the screen you're going to see when you first, come to the login. This is the login screen. And Tom is going to be my wonderful assistant today, and he's going to go ahead and log in for us. How do you put that screen? What's the screen? They're going to send you a link.
Karen, you may have to speak up because we have people on the phone.
Okay.
So if you can raise your voices a little bit, that'd be great.
I'm usually so shy, so that's usually a problem.
Yeah.
And you're going to get an initial password, and once you have the initial password, it's going to prompt you to change it. Obviously, that's how it happens with every website. So, wow. Okay. So this is how it comes out. And if you want to follow along in the user guide, and this is kind of your handy reference guide to your timesheet. If you go past to getting started, it shows you some common icons and screen functions. Okay? So, as you can see up here, it has your days of the week, the date. And you're just going to go in and fill your hours in that you're working. Plain, pretty, plain Jane. There's no crazy bells and whistles, just 8 hours on Monday, 8 hours on Tuesday, what have you. Okay? You see the little sticky notes down at the bottom? Let's say on Monday, Tom needed to let Lauren know that he's going on vacation in a week. Not vacation. PTO. Yes. He's not taking PTO. Let's see. He left sick for a day, half a day. So he can click on the sticky note. And when you click on the sticky note, it pops up, and you can just write a note, and that will go follow your timesheet to Lauren, whomever that needs to know what's going on. Okay? So that's what the sticky note is for, is to make sure that they know if there's anything special you need your Diane or anyone to know, this is where you're going to put it on the sticky note. Okay? Any questions so far on that? All right.
Does that also print out on the timesheet, or is it just on the electronic version?
I believe it does print out on the timesheet. We'll show you how to print out in a minute.
Do we need to put, like, if I took an hour to go hunting, do I need to put 1 hour?
As you could, because make it so they don't have to call you up and say, I got this note, what does it mean? So you're going to have to put it wrong.
No.
PTO normally put, PTO or...
So if you're 8 hour a day versus you're only doing 4 hours a day.
You want to put a sticky note. It's an explanation why it's only 4 hours. Yeah, you don't. What if you would normally put on PTO?
We don't. We put it on the timesheet. Well, that's I guess what everybody's thinking. I didn't want to jump right at.
No,
but how does it's weird you log to like I took half a day and worked half a day I didn't. Is that all I'm gonna put as the note?
It's coming.
Okay, that's right. I didn't want to jump
Yeah,
at.
okay. You had a question?
No, that was it.
That was it? Okay. So I just wanted to point out the sticky note. So if there was something you needed to let people know, the sticky note is there. Okay? And obviously we talked about your timesheet. It's pretty basic. You put 8 hours on the day that you're working, or 7, or however many hours you're scheduled to work. How many hours you actually work, just put them in. Okay? There's no punch in, punch out, any of that. Okay. Holidays should be pre-filled. Okay? The calendar is already built on the back end, so those should already pre-fill for you. Okay? So if we go back, there's a requesting time off section. And then we'll go back to printing after we do the requesting time off. It's the next to the last page. Okay?
Nice talk.
Of course.
We exempt employees don't work time in at this point. Are we going to be doing that?
That's
Yes, you do.
your policy.
I mean, we have a time sheet for you. We have an expected understood schedule. I would assume we have the same understood schedule. In other words, you know.
We don't enter Monday in hours. We only put time.
Is it pre-filled with their hours? I think exempt is pre-filled with your hours. Like, this is probably your scheduled hours for this week.
Oh, then yeah, it's already.
It's pre-filled.
It's pre-filled.
Yeah.
No, just any salary. So where was, it's on Wednesday, you only work 6 hours and you only 2 PTO hours.
You put it on the ticket now.
No, but you wouldn't put reviews anywhere up there?
We're getting to that. Okay, come on.
Okay. We're jumping ahead.
All right.
All right, so requesting time off. We go to my account. Here. My time off and request. Okay, so you know Tom is going to take the first week of November off for hunting season. So Tom is going to request the first week of PTO. You click on PTO. And you can see there's a little calendar icon. And it depends on what's requested. Doing a full day, a partial day, or a full week. Do they all have to approve that?
No, just supervisor.
Oh, right. And I wouldn't worry about it. All you have to worry about is that you got it into the system. After that, let them worry about who has to approve it and get it.
Yeah, it automatically goes, it's already set up, so it automatically goes through.
Okay, perfect. And it is time stamped, so everything there's an audit trail on everything to know when people put things in to help out.
So when you've got a weekend that's involved in that, like you do Wednesday to Tuesday, you're going to count the 2 days on the weekend? Is it sensitive enough not to count those 2 days?
Your schedules are generally on the back end all pre-filled. They know you don't work on a Saturday, Sunday, so it's not going to count 8 hours for Saturday and Sunday.
And can we go in and cancel what we put out? Because the old system we got, there's no way to cancel it.
You can cancel it. Once it's been approved, I think you can go in and submit to cancel it, but it would still have to go through the process where they would have to approve the cancellation and all that. Cancellation of what?
PTO. I think for PTO, sometimes we cancel it and we fill it in.
Well, but once it's already been approved, you would have to go through the same system over.
Yeah.
But I mean, it really isn't any more of a step for you. You're just going to cancel it like you would cancel. And then, again, once you've submitted, I wouldn't worry about it. That's all everybody else's problem on the back end. Okay? So, we see Tom is taking 11:12 to 11:15 on. Putting in the comments, he chose to put in hunting. I don't know what your requirements are, if you have requirements, but some places do, some places don't. If you want to put something in, great. And then you just submit it, and it goes on its merry way to be taken care of. Wait, Sam, you see where his mouse is right now?
Oh, there it is. I didn't see that. Yep.
And recent requests, you see right here?
Yep.
It does show you if you had any recent requests put in and the status and all that. So once it goes through the system and gets approved, you'll see it right in here. Okay? You just go in and
So you have it request.
yeah.
Same menu we came in.
When you go to request time off,
Request.
time off, request.
It went away.
He didn't save it. He didn't submit it. He was just showing it for our purposes today.
Actually, you can add it.
Go ahead and put it in there.
Doing it so that you can save it.
Yeah, save it. Save it. Yeah, save it, and then we can go ahead and delete it.
Okay, so there's, well, that's hasn't been approved.
Inventory name?
There you go. So see he's requested them. You see to the left of it, that little X. Go ahead and hit the X. Let's see what happens. You're about to delete that. Do you want to continue? So that's how you would delete.
Oh.
Perfect. Okay? Right.
Or not.
Yeah, go ahead and click on tool. Let's look at it.
Oh, clear build is all.
I knew you were. So, you know, and there are different things you can do. Like, let's say you had a lot of requests this year and you need to go to page however many. Okay? You can go and select the page, go to page number. Okay? Basically, it's all pretty self-explanatory. If you're looking at it and you read what the screen says, you should be fine. If not, call 1-800-HELP. No. 1-800-LAURA. No. And so that is requesting time off, whether it's a day, a half a day. And then you look to see.
So Karen, then that information auto-populates the timesheet.
Yes. Once it's gone through, it's on this bottom. Okay. Yes. Go back to previous page. Once it's approved, under that recent history, you'll see it's approved.
So what the system's got now, we put in, we request our time off, maybe we change it around and all that. But still in all, we populate our timesheet. I'm hearing that this system will populate our timesheet. So there really isn't a way to override it if you didn't actively go in and get it canceled and get it approved.
Yes, you could go in and change it on your timesheet.
Yeah.
But you would want to leave a note as to why you're changing
Okay,
it.
I know.
That's right.
All
So
right.
let's just say that's not really going to be the way we want to do it.
You need, because it creates an audit trail for labor purposes, showing you requested this time off, and it was approved, and then you want to delete it. For instance, a couple years ago, my dad was really sick, and I had requested 2 weeks off to go to Texas, and I thought better of that, so I talked to Bob, and he approved me and so it still can be done. You know, it still can all be done through this. But it can be done. Yeah, definitely.
But this is how it's going you want it to work, because you want them to send you a timesheet that is correct for those
Populate,
weeks.
yeah, I do.
Okay, so yes, you do want them to go in and change their populated timesheet.
That's what I'm saying. I don't want what happens is that a note comes through that says I only put 4 when I put in 8. I don't want it to be a note. I want it to actually be correct.
Right. Okay. Well, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I misunderstood you.
Yeah.
You know, it's when we approved the CTO time off, the email comes to the government. I'm not certain if that happens on notification setting for that.
I think I can set it up.
You can set it up.
It's a matter of
Yeah.
Right, yeah, because there are automatic notifications.
What it will show here is approved.
Right.
Once it's approved, it'll say approved.
So,
So you have to have to go in on the payroll program itself. Pretty.
You're going to do everything exactly how you do it now, just to the phone. Yeah, or it's just like sitting on his back. Right, I'm not going to go back to mine. Yeah, no, it's not about it.
Oh, no.
Yes, you got it, Robin.
Yes. I'll add it to my list.
I'm starting to do the options, but we're not. We're doing the second week of the month, and we
Salary,
check it out.
or if your PTO has been approved.
Right.
On Monday, you got 8 hours. What's that line? What's that line? What's your line down?
Well, and when I was like, hold on a second, so we had a question over here about one of these extra lines.
Yeah.
Let's say he has 8 hours scheduled for Monday, because he's exempt, remember. Well, so his is pre-filled, okay? So he wants to take, he was scheduled 4 hours of PTO. Might go 4 hours at the top would be his regular hours, and then the second line would be his PTO hours, 4 hours, and then he got 8 hours holiday pay that day. So the third line could be 8 hours holiday pay. Okay, so that's why there are different fields there, because not every day is straight time.
Well, right, that's what I'm saying. So if you only work 4 hours, not 8, but 4, and then 4 the next line is PTO.
Right.
And does it say that? But the PTO doesn't there, but
it will in the system.
Okay, so those lines are going to be set with a PTO or sick or whatever.
Okay. PTO or holiday.
You can go into my account, time off, or request, and let's just put partial day for today, like for Monday. Yeah, PTO or sick or whatever. Yeah. Date. That's been 4 hours. And then scroll down, okay, this. And now go back to your time sheet. There. To my account.
Hasn't been approved.
I was hoping you would put it in here, but it hasn't yet.
Well, it hasn't been approved, but
yeah. Okay. It has to go through the system.
every time you request time off, it goes direct to the system.
Does it do it at like midnight? Post it at midnight, or how does it work?
Oh, it has to be approved.
It has to be approved.
Oh, and then?
Yeah.
Right, then it'll work.
That's what
I don't know how it should be. I know that you put that in.
Also said that when you put in a PTO request, that's going to do it here. So, say I'm
Email.
on my calendar, and I'm requesting PTO only here. So then I ask the hours that I'm missing. So you know, so if the PTO you request is holiday week, I will already be. Right, but we can then edit your time sheet. If you take the one that wants to request.
If at last minute, you know.
But you can ready today.
Well, yeah, but you don't fill that in until the end of the week. You get it in time, you know.
Or the good news is you can access this anywhere. So like at the end of the day and you're at home, you go, oh, I took 4 hours sick time today. You go in, request your 4 hours sick time so they know.
Fill them up on Monday, 4 hours, and then 4 hours. You know,
And when you submit your time sheet, you can adjust it, change it, make changes, request, all of that.
Okay.
Once you do it, then you have to go through your manager to make any further changes. So if you submitted it, then you go, I've got to fix it.
Submitting and dating the same thing.
No, there's the same button and the submit. So you can work on it, save it, come back to it later.
Right.
I went in and did it.
I love it.
Okay. Do I need to go into the system every single day? I no longer am going to go into there and put in the check mark. I'm going to come in and I'm going to enter my time and submit. Then it's going to do it for me, right? So what you're talking about, all those days, it's not something I have to do at one time. It's,
You know, whenever you want.
You can do it daily if you want. You can do it at the end of the week if you want.
So when you say clock in, it's not like I have to,
No, there's no time clock.
You're putting your golf hours in.
No, this is what I'm talking. I got it.
Yeah, we don't like time clock here.
That's pretty much what we have.
I have a question. If I put in some time off for tomorrow, how is my supervisor going to know I was
They automatic notifications that you.
Okay.
Yes.
Usually they have on my list, I don't know, what are we doing now? Yeah, I know, but I want to say, I'm working on the market. I was wanting to know, well, that's like the one that's on the timesheet now, but there's not going to be a timesheet. So we're going to have something for you electronic. Yeah, I'm going to send out the new form within the next day. Okay, I travel a lot.
Yeah, exactly. We haven't worked out all the bugs, but we'll be cutting it.
Perfect, thank you. And you don't have to turn it in every pay period anymore. You can do it for the month as long as it gets in by the beginning of the second. So if you do it for October, it's got to be in by the second Monday of November.
Okay. My question is, right now the process is that we give our timesheet to Karen. Do we still give our timesheet?
September, this electronic.
We'll have it in what?
You're going to submit that when you be done with your time.
Oh, we haven't gone to that part.
Okay, well, you will submit it, and it will go automatically to your person who
Right. It's already routed.
I'm getting once I'm done filling it out.
You submit it, and you're good.
And that's all. And I'm putting it in. I'm done.
I think down at the bottom,
So we'll go to Rob.
do you have to say, go to the left, undo, and submit.
Okay, so this is what you're going to do. It's like, oh, hey guys, look at the front screen for a minute. This is what you're going to do on a, like if you go in on a daily basis and change things. At the end of your work week, when you want your timesheet to go to your supervisor, you're going to hit submit for approval. As you see, there's a lock on submit for approval. That means that once it goes to your supervisor, you cannot change it from that point. It needs to go through the system, and if you need something changed at that point, you'll need to let somebody know, or go back in later after they've done what they need to do.
So you save it, and then you only submit when you're really sure.
When you're done. So you want to do that. Instead of going here and passing it in, you're going,
Hey, Karen. There's something up, Karen.
like mine out, that's still in my out. Right. That's going to be due. It's going to be blank. And the only way those numbers are going to put in, I use 8 hours in, so I load that actually the old time off. I'm going to get the 7 hours, 4 hours that I work, and
Theoretically, you should request the PTO prior to going to your timesheet. And when you sign on, it will appear there. Now you're saying you didn't request it, but you used it. You'll just put it on your timesheet manually.
Once everything is submitted at the end of the week,
Now, that's one question I'm not quite clear on. How does she indicate a PTO, not regular work? Just with the note? Does she have a question?
You can have to go.
We're going to have it. You don't have to. Let me know
I'm non-exempt.
Okay.
All right, non-exempt, which means that I only work. Yep. So if I'm non-exempt, would that all be blank?
Yes.
So if that's all blank, and if I work 8 hours, I get paid for a 40-hour week. But one day I take 4 hours PTO, which I go and do the approval thing. So I work for and I have a PTO for.
Yeah.
Will I be filling in all my 8, but one row will be filled in, pre-filled because I went
one row will be partially pre-filled with 4 hours of PTO.
Yeah.
And you'll put your 4 hours in if you work.
All right, so okay. So it wouldn't be 8, 4, 4. It'd be 8, it'd be 4 and 4. Okay.
And you also, you're unclear on one thing. the sheet won't be empty. If you requested PTO or there's a holiday, it will pre-fill, so it won't be empty.
You always have to request it. Yeah. I always have to get them once you approve it. What if they don't have a computer?
Well, that's what she'll be doing, right? I mean, you just said out of the time sheet gets filled out by the
The outline,
No, what does she do that? Her people.
Her people will have their time sheets, they go to her, and then she submits.
Right, but when you say they, what if they don't have computers?
Oh, those we're going to have to.
Well,
they'll have to email them to their supervisor, and the supervisor will have to put it in.
So that's what I wanted to get.
Okay, that's what I'm they don't have it.
So there will be some paper.
They do have a computer, though. Theirs will still be in there. Okay, I got it.
Okay.
And if they don't have a computer, you won't have their login. You're their supervisor, so you'll have access.
Well, don't worry.
Seriously, once you get into it, go in. Once you get your login, guys, go in, play with it, check it out. The worst thing that happens is you hit submit, and these guys have to unlock it and let you. It's okay. You can't really break it. You can't? No.
Good. Don't challenge them.
But, you know, it's good to go in and let yourself get familiar with everything. Because I can't sit up here and give you every scenario, but you can go in and kind of mess around and see what's going on. Okay?
Karen, how soon will we have the link so we can go in and start playing with it? Okay.
Yeah.
I want to say people have put interest in time off going forward, and they want to go back in this system.
Good idea.
Yeah.
Great idea. Okay. That wasn't nearly as bad as I thought.
And when will the old system be so we can't go back in anymore? Like if people want to go in and see what they put in for vacation because they can't remember to put in your system. It's still up. Okay.
They're going to leave. You said they were going to leave the tax set till the end of the year, right?
Well, we actually get a pay stub now that we can see without having to go through jumping through.
That's a good question. You know how guys.
So that's right. We look at our pay stub.
Yeah, how will it'll still be online, do you think?
You guys still have, you're doing employee services, right? Yeah. You'll have a login, and you'll have a separate login for your, that has your pay stuff to you and all that. Okay, yeah.
So we're going to go into that old system, see our pay stub?
Well, so the meeting, no. We'll get a new one.
Even the old one?
The old ones will be on the Bangor Savings. Yeah.
And someone email us the pay periods again, because now we don't have anybody reminding me. We just have to print it out for everybody. Not everybody just got to print it out for everybody.
When's that?
Emailed it what, 2 days ago.
I'm sure you probably set up automatic notifications like 3 days before the meeting. It went time for the rest of you to go out and say,
So if you don't get it, it's just like you're just Friday.
I don't remember what we got.
I don't think it's so relevant.
They set up an automatic notification that come out to you and let you know that the time sheet is due to be like, okay, so that you know, don't forget.
Oh, that's awesome.
My mind. Right, thank you so much. Thank you. You're